In 2 games would be noteworthy, but for this powerhouse Toronto Ball Club,
hello, everyone, and welcome to Toronto, Ontario. We're here at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts, where the Toronto Maple Leafs are set to host the Barrie Baycats in Game 1 of the second round in the IBL Semifinals. My name is Jackson Farrow, and if you're a regular viewer, then you may be thinking, this isn't usually who's talking to me on these baseball games, and you're absolutely right. The normal man, Thomas West, is currently helping out with game day operations, and he'll join us momentarily, likely in the bottom half of this inning. Both teams are coming off 2-game sweeps in the first round. The Toronto Maple Leafs defeating the Hamilton Cardinals in 2, and the Barrie Baycats took down the Welland Jackfish also in 2 games. Now, of course, the Barrie Baycats are 6-time in a row champions in the IBL, and they're looking to continue that here against a team in Toronto that really wants to make its hay at home tonight. Christie Pitts, of course, a very hitter-friendly ballpark. You know that if you're a regular viewer here, and it's going to be interesting to see how Barrie is able to adjust to that. Of course, they had that legendary 2019 game earlier on this season. Marek Deska gets the start on the mound for the Leafs in this one. And Deska, in his last start out against Hamilton, went 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Got the win in that 21-6 drumming of Hamilton in Game 1. Deska deals, and we're underway here. First pitch called strike to Jake Wilson, center fielder leading off for the Baycats tonight. And we appreciate you joining us for this one. Game 1 of the second round as Deska deals, missing low and away. So ball 1 to Wilson. Royce Ando on deck, playing second base for the Baycats in this one, as the 1-1 just misses outside. So Wilson will move ahead in the count. Avery Tuck, the number 3 hitter for this Baycats lineup tonight, playing right field. Deska looks in, gets his pitch, and he deals. The 2-1 is swung on, driven to right center. Center fielder Lewis is chasing, and that one is over his head as he'll have to throw it back in, and a leadoff double for Jake Wilson to get this series started. That was absolutely tatted to right center. And watching batting practice today, it was interesting. Usually the ball is absolutely flying here at Christie Pitts. That wasn't the case, though, earlier this afternoon. In fact, it was actually difficult for hitters to get that ball out of the yard. The wind was playing a rather significant factor. But the breeze has slowed down a touch. And it'll be interesting to see how that affects the play today as Deska deals to Ando and gets off to a 0-1 start to this AB. And a great chance here for Barrie to really set the tone with a runner in scoring position, as that one's lined into right center. And Wilson will cruise around third. They're sending him. Oh, no, they're going to stop him, actually, as they thought about sending him there and changed their tune. A good throw there from Lewis. And so runners at first and third now, still nobody out. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Avery Tuck. On deck is Ryan Rio, top hitter in this Baycats lineup this season. He's DHing this evening. Quickly taking you around the infield defense for the Leafs. At first base, it's Jordan Castaldo. At second, it's Garrett Takamatsu. Shortstop, Dan Mara. And the third baseman is Jonathan Salazar. And catching is Justin Mara. Is that one missing for ball 1.
Top of the first inning here at Christie Pitts, Toronto. Baycats. A little noise early here with runners in the corners and nobody out.
First and third, nobody out. Deska deals. That one swung on, driven past the shortstop, and that'll score the first run of this series. Wilson cruises in, and Avery Tuck has himself an RBI single. It's 1-0 Baycats. So 3 straight hits to kick off this ball game for Barrie. And key to success in their series against Welland was sort of the top 5 of this lineup really clicking and getting some good pitching while they were at it. Now, the Leafs do like these kinds of games, if that's what it's going to be. Lots of hits, lots of scoring. In fact, they thrive in those games. As that one swung on, foul back. Ryan Rio on the season hit .412. And right now he is hitting .444 in the playoffs in just 2 games. 9 ABs. He is 4 for 9 with an RBI. 0-1 swung on, fouled off. So quickly 0-2 here. And if you're just joining us, the usual play-by-play commentator Thomas West is currently assisting with game day ops. So I am here with you, Jackson Farrow, on the call in this one to get you started. It's a 1-0 game already. Still nobody out in the first inning with the cleanup hitter Ryan Rio at the plate. It's a 1-2 count here as Deska looks to get the first out of this inning. Runners at first and second. To the dish. Rio swings on that one. That's going to get through. 4 straight hits for this one, and this time they are sending the runner. And he will come in to score. And it is now a 2-0 Baycats lead here. Still nobody out in the first inning. 4 straight hits for the Barrie Baycats. And in that at bat, I mean, Deska got ahead of the batter 0-2. And Rio just did a really nice job. Took a pitch and then got one he wanted. Just put it right back up the middle. Not a ton of hard contact so far. 3 singles. But Ando came around to score. Avery Tuck was able to get to third. So it's first and third. Still nobody out in the first inning. That'll bring up Marcel Lacasse, the third baseman for the Baycats this evening. Deska would love a ground ball to one of his infielders here to get the ball rolling. Struggling to start off this one. The pitch, as that one's high. So Deska in a very tough spot here early on in this ball game. And the Maple Leafs bullpen is already up and very busy in the first inning. Not ideal, as that's a swing and a miss. So Lacasse in a 2-1 count here with Branfy and Fonte. Another fantastic hitter in this Baycats lineup on deck.
2-1 pitch.
Swung on, and that one is fouled off. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. It's still nobody out here as the sun begins to set. Beautiful evening here at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts. Not so much from Eric Deska, though, at least so far. Still nobody out as he looks to put an end to this great start for Barrie, and he gets a big strikeout there. Swing and a miss there from Lacasse, and a much-needed first out for Deska.
First baseman number 8,
So that'll bring up Branfy and Fonte. No ABs yet in this postseason. But he had himself a fantastic season, as did many hitters in this Barrie lineup. Really coming on as of late is this team, as that one was taken for a first pitch strike. Deska working ahead. It's going to be very important that he continues to do that, especially in this situation. Now 1 out, and a ground ball to one of his infielders could get him out of it, as that one's taken away. Evens up the count at 1. Barrie, the defending champions, coming into town and getting off to a hot start in this series, as that one's taken away. 2 balls and a strike to the first baseman.
Eric Deska worked 6 innings in his Game 1 start against the Hamilton Cardinals. Struck out 6 that night, walked just 2, allowing 3 runs all in.
And here's the 2-1. Oh, that one's swing and a miss there. So it even up the count at 2 now. Big cut from Infante there. And thoughts of pulling that one out of the yard. And instead, he's in a 2-2 count.
Count 2 balls, 2 strikes to Branfy and Fonte. Tuck is at third. Rio is at first. It's a 2-0
Rio at first. Tuck at third. 1 out. Swung on, driven to left center. Lewis might have a chance, and it'll drop. And so another run will come in to score. It is now a 3-0 game with another RBI single for the Baycats, this time off the bat of Branfy Infante.
Shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns.
Already down to number 7 hitter are the Baycats in this first inning with just 1 out and 5 hits in this inning alone.
Merrick Deska has already allowed the same number of runs he surrendered.
For reference, Merrick Deska last time out allowed 6 hits. He's already allowed 5 in this one. As that one's taken right on the corner for strike 1 to the shortstop Burns. James Anderson, the catcher, on deck. Deska working from the 0-1. As that one misses. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike here, the number 7 hitter. Certainly not the way Deska wanted this inning to go. They did the Leafs. Already down 3-0 here without even stepping up to the plate yet are the Leafs, as that one swung on and fouled back. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, Deska working ahead. Deska on the season had himself a 5.17 ERA, but was heavily inflated by a 4-inning, 6 earned run outing at Hamilton back on September 3rd. As that one swung on, ground towards the shortstop. The second for 1 to first, and it is in time. So the Leafs get a much-needed double play to escape in the first inning. But not before the Barrie Baycats put up 3 runs in the first inning. Talk about a hot start to this series for the Baycats, and a much-needed one, of course. Merrick Deska will look to rebound. Of course, we did see the bullpen getting up and loose. It'll be interesting to see how manager Damon Toppoli will utilize his pitching staff. Certainly not ideal to have Deska not have that stuff that he had against Hamilton, at least early on. Already 5 hits allowed. And if you're just joining us, the usual play-by-play commentator Thomas West is assisting with game day ops. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record say that, but I imagine some of you will, just be tuning in now and wanting to know, hey, who's this? Well, this is Jackson Farrell. It's nice to be with you tonight. Thomas West will join us very soon. And so now it'll be Andrew Grider on the mound for the Barrie Baycats. The lefty came over to Barrie kind of midway through the season. Turned out to be a very important contributor. I mean, he started in Game 1 last series against Welland. He's starting in Game 1 now. I mean, this is a team that has Juan Benitez as well, who also had himself a fantastic season. What a luxury this team has to be able to go to a guy like Grider in Game 1 and save Benitez for Game 2. Of course, Game 1, so important in a 3-game set, really sets the tone, of course, and all you got to do is look at the last 2 series that both these clubs played, both sweeps. So that first game, critical in order to get yourself ahead, regardless of home and away. But certainly Toronto would love to capitalize. This is where they're most effective. This is where they're constructed to play the best. Their lineup is deadly, and Christy Pitts allows them to be extra deadly. And we've seen that, of course, in Game 1. If you were here or watching, you saw that. They put up 21 runs. So it'll be Jordan Castaldo, the first baseman, leading off for the Baycats against Andrew Grider, who in Game 1 against Welland, back on September 9th, went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 5 Ks. In the regular season, he had 3 starts, 24 and a third innings pitched, as Castaldo fouls off the first pitch. It's for strike 1, and a 3.69 ERA in the regular season for Grider. Dante DiCaria, the former director of player procurement with the Barrie Baycats, said that Grider's got devastating off-speed and can throw 5 pitches, 4 strikes. As Castaldo rips that one into right field, and the Leafs have themselves their first hit of the series, coming off the first AB of the series. It's Castaldo at first. And so that'll bring up the catcher, Justin Mara. Be interesting to see how Grider Having a pitch at a park like this, bit of a boom box. How he'll be able to adjust. Of course, a 3-run first inning for the Baycats certainly gives him some padding, some much-needed run support. And the legendary group, the Bushmen, are, of course, out tonight. Getting loud, getting the crowd amped. As Mara takes first pitch strike. Sean Riley, the designated hitter tonight, and the IBL legend is on deck. Grider into the windup. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. As that one is swung on, fouled off. So still 0-2 here as Justin Mara looks to battle with nobody out in the bottom of the first. We appreciate you joining us for this one here at Christie Pitts. 3-0 Baycats lead here as Grider works in the first. Here's the 0-2 tomorrow. Taken outside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Gotta say, if you're a Leafs fan, definitely stay tuned. This feels like, well, if you're really just a baseball fan, stay tuned, because this has the makings of a great series and a great game, as that one's driven into left center. Center fielder Wilson chasing it down, and that one's off the wall. Castaldo stops at third, and so it's a huge double for Justin Mara. Here's fired up out there at second base. Runners at second and third now, and nobody out, with Sean Riley stepping up to the plate.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 33, Sean Riley.
So neither starter having an easy first inning, to put it lightly. Of course, Deska surrendered 3 runs in the first, and now Grider will look to avoid a similar fate. But the man at the plate has quite the opportunity to quickly get this one tied up. Castaldo at third, Mara at second. And it doesn't get easier. Garrett Takamatsu, the second baseman, on deck.
Sean Riley has 7 hits in 10 at-bats.
Grider deals as that one's taken, first pitch strike. 0-1 to Riley, and of course, can't overstate, even in these early innings, just how important it is to capitalize with runners in scoring position. Leafs currently have 2. And when you're already down 3-0, it means that much more. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, fouled off. So Grider gets ahead here quickly, 0-2. Crowd showing up here at Christie Pitts. Very fast, and it's starting to really load up. Getting loud. Trying to cheer on their team here with the legend Sean Riley at the dish. Here's the 0-2. Taken upstairs for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the DH Riley. Riley this season had his 1,000th career IBL hit. Only IBL player ever to do so. Congratulations to him, as that one swung on and missed. A huge strikeout there for Grider. Now, big first out.
The second baseman, number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
And in that situation, of course, that is a massive strikeout for a number of reasons. With runners at second and third, Sean Riley, the best hitter in this lineup, or at least one of them, had a golden opportunity to hit a home run. He's been their best hitter in the postseason. He hit a home run in Game 1 against Hamilton. And so that is a big first out to get Riley to sit down on strikes. But, of course, it doesn't get easier, as mentioned, as Garrett Takamatsu steps in, takes a first pitch away for ball 1. Grider, 25 years old, out of Spruce Grove, Alberta. Oh, and he's balked. They're going to call a balk there on Grider. And so that'll score the first run of the game for the Leafs. Not always how you draw it up, but if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs, you will take it right now. So Mara now the third. Costado comes in to score on the balk. So still one out, but is now a 3-1 game with Takamatsu with the dish. Swing and a miss. So 1 ball and 1 strike now to the second baseman. Lots of you in or watching the stream tonight. We really appreciate it. Baycats put up 3 in the top half of the first, and the Leafs have just scored their first as that one swung on and driven down the right field line. And it's going to sail into the crowd foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Takamatsu. And the big key, I think, in this series was going to be whether or not the Baycats could keep up offensively with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And right now, they're certainly doing that. 3-1 score, and, of course, lots of ball to play still. Swung on, flown into right field. That's going to get down. So Takamatsu's going to get himself an RBI single, and it is a 3-2 game now. Good chance it's going to be a long night for both pitching staffs in this one. And so that'll bring up the third baseman, Salazzo. So the first 2 hitters for the Leafs reach and score. Viley struck out swinging. So still just 1 out. Runner at first now in the form of Takamatsu. And it's a 3-2 game. Swung on. That's going to get past the shortstop. Burns in the left field. Takamatsu to second. So runners at first and second. Still just 1 out in the inning. Neither starter having effective first innings, and certainly disappointing starts for both these clubs pitching-wise. And you might say, well, that's no surprise. You're at Christie Pitts. But the thing is, there's been a lot of singles, no home runs, and just 1 double from each side, respectively, Mara and Wilson. Now, the home runs could come at some point, but they haven't yet, and it's already a 3-2 affair. First pitch swinging, and that one is foul. It's Marcus Connect, the right fielder, at the dish. Drive to the lefty into the windup. As that one gets away. And the catcher, Anderson, the throw to third. The only time that's going to get away from the third baseman, Lacasse. Oh, and look at that. Takamatsu comes in to score. And we got ourselves a tie ball game. So the pitch gets away from James Anderson, the catcher for the Baycats. He tries to throw to third to try to get Takamatsu, who was looking to get advanced to third on the play. Lacasse can't field it, gets past him, and Takamatsu is easily able to score. And we're all square once again. What an eventful first inning here at Dominico Field, Christie Pitts. That one's taken upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Hitters count to connect. 3-3 game. The runner in scoring position is Salazzo at second. Grider deals the 2-0. Swung on, driven to left field. And LeBlanc going back. It is gone. They're fired up here at Christie Pitts, and for good reason. A 2-run shot from Marcus Connect. And it is now a 5-3 game. What a start to this series. Well. It looked like the Baycats were really going to take charge of this one early on, and the Leafs came roaring back in the bottom half. Folks, we're still in the first inning in this one. And now the Baycats will have a meeting on the mound. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Jackson Farrow here with you on the call. Thomas West is assisting with game day operations at the moment. He will be joining us soon.
Can you believe it's a 5-3 ball game? We've had 4 recorded outs so far.
So the first home run of the series comes off the bat of Marcus Connect, a 2-run shot.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Dan Mara.
And so that'll bring up the shortstop, Dan Mara. What an eventful first inning this has been. And he'll look to keep it going. Still just 1 out for the Leafs in the first. Grantamani on deck.
5 runs for the Maple Leafs.
First pitch to Mara, taken outside. As that one missed.
Well away.
Neither starter looks like they might get too far. It looks like they might not get too far, rather, in this one, at least early on. And as I mentioned earlier, not necessarily a typical Christie Pitts game. Yes, you just had the 2-run home run, but a lot of singles in this one, a lot of just quality contact from both sides, and we have ourselves a 5-3 game here.
We're going to get out and this Maple Leaf rally. These are the guys to get.
Right or deal. Smara takes inside.
Dan Mara with 3 hits and 9 at-bats.
And Mara, like many of these Leafs hitters, has had a tremendous postseason and really adds to the depth of this lineup. Oddly enough, if I told you that the only out so far would be a Sean Riley strikeout, I don't think you'd believe me. And here we are. It's a 5-3 affair.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Dan Mara.
1-2 to the shortstop, Mara. Grider set. Here's the pitch. Check swing. And the appeal to first, he went. So a couple strikeouts now in the first for Grider and 2 outs. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Grant Tamani.